Welsh-Ryan Arena in Evanston, bracing for one of the most anticipated games ever in this building. Northwestern on the precipice of making history, hosting number 23 Maryland in a huge showdown in the Big Ten race. BTN Basketball Super Wednesday presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, lone meeting of the year between two of the conference's top 4 teams. A look at the Big Ten standings shows you just how big this one is. Wisconsin in first place. The Terps head to Madison Sunday, sweep these two, and they are guaranteed no worse than a first-place tie. Northwestern trying to stay above that yellow line in the top 4 in the league. That guarantees them a double bye in the conference tournament in Washington, D.C. And with that, we welcome you to Welsh-Ryan Arena. Dave Retzel alongside former Flying Illini star Stephen Barno. And Stephen, all you have to do is look at the standings to understand just how big this one is.
Yeah, this is one of the bigger games in terms of the rest of the regular season. One of the top 3 in my opinion. And so Northwestern can establish themselves with beating 2 of the better teams in the conference back-to-back. And Maryland, as you mentioned, can really get into this conference race and title race with 2 wins this week.
Yeah, Mark Turgeon with his young team saying today, hey, they know how big this is. They understand what's at stake here. And I think the psychology is really interesting. Maryland is very young. 3 freshman starters. Northwestern has never been in this position. How do you see that coming into play in this one?
You know what, Dave? When you look at Maryland, they start 3 freshmen. They're 6-1 in true road games, 8-1 away from the Xfinity Center. So this is an uncommon group of freshmen that seem to like the road. Northwestern, on the other hand, has handled the situation with Scotty Lindsey going into Wisconsin, getting a major league win. And they're going to try to do the same here tonight with the home crowd.
Yeah, once again, no Scotty Lindsey as we look at our Buffalo Wild Wings starting lineups. He did work out today. We expect to see him back soon. But what are you focusing on the guys who are here?
Got to be Vic Law for Northwestern. Bryant McIntosh has been carrying a huge load. Vic Law's got to step up and provide some offensive support.
How about for Maryland?
Well, I look at Josh Herder. Has been outstanding all season long, and when they have 3 scorers, typically Cowan, Trimble, and Herder, or Jackson, they're pretty good.
We take a look at the head coaches. Mark Turgeon in that huddle. The head coach of Maryland, his 6th season, a couple years removed from being Big Ten Coach of the Year. He's taken them to the NCAA tournament the past couple of seasons. And here in Evanston, they are fired up about head coach Chris Collins in year number 4 after 13 seasons as an assistant at Duke. And I'd say that he and Turgeon are probably among the candidates for Big Ten Coach of the Year this year as you take a look at Turgeon, who has emerged from the huddle.
Yeah, Mark Turgeon's done a fantastic job, and we'll get into it more during the broadcast, but his way of relating with his players, as Chris Collins does, that's why these teams are some of the best in our league.
You mentioned it, Maryland 8-1 away from home. Northwestern trying to make some history. A win here would tie a school record with its 20th of the season. They're trying to win back-to-back games over ranked teams for just the 3rd time in school history in 100 opportunities. They've done it twice in 99 previous chances, 2009 and 1955. The opening tip is controlled by the Terrapins. Anthony Cowan bringing it across.
You'll see a lot of movement, ball screen action by Maryland.
Here's Justin Jackson. Now Herder. McIntosh on him. Herder hanging, missing. McIntosh with the rebound, and here comes Northwestern.
Herder plays with such great pace as a freshman. Doesn't seem to get too fast or too slow.
Inside, Derek Carden with the jam.
Perfect first call out of the timeout to start the game. You get Derek Carden on a wide-open layup. A button-back hook screen by the guard frees him up.
Here is Herder. Now Jackson. And Justin Jackson banks home the 3.
He didn't call that, did he?
I don't think he did.
No, but he's going to swear he did.
Well, that equals his point total from the game against Ohio State. Cowan falling down, got a bit of an elbow there from McIntosh. Mark Turgeon wanted a foul call, didn't get it, and he is still berating the officials on their way back down the court.
I like the no call. You know, there's going to be some contact in this game. We know what's at stake. The officials know what's at stake. Let them play.
Here's Dodd after Jackson nearly lost it. Now Melo Trimble. Out to Cowan. McIntosh on him. 6 to shoot for Maryland. Cowan Off balance, gets it to go, and draws the foul on McIntosh.
Woo, Anthony Cowan taking a page out of Melo Trimble's book. Shot clock running down. He's forced to go to his offhand. It doesn't matter. Takes the bump, gets away from Hart off the glass. That's a really degree of difficulty very high on that finish by Anthony Cowan.
So Cowan now to the free throw line. He hits the free throw. He was 10 of 10 in the game against Ohio State. It's the first one there, and Maryland answered that dunk with 6 straight points here, 2 straight three-point plays.
This is a road team that seemed to perform very well in hostile territory.
Vic Law misses that one, tipped out by the Terps, and Herder gets it over to Trimble.
Now, without this guy with the basketball, these freshmen wouldn't be as effective because they know if they're not playing well, they know they have one of the best players in America that can bail them out.
There's a turnover. Taphorn's got it for Northwestern. Taphorn stolen away by Cowan, and now Jackson's got it for Maryland.
Taphorn was in unfamiliar territory that time. Kind of veer out, maintain possession, but good defense by Maryland.
Trimble around the screen, and Melo Trimble hits. He had hit just 3 of his last 22 threes coming in. A great start for Maryland, a 9-0 run.
This is one of the reasons why they're so good, Dave, on the road. They understand the importance of starting the game strong, getting some momentum, and keeping the home crowd at bay.
McIntosh ducks under, left it short. Powell the rebound, and McIntosh fouled him. That is 2 fouls on Brian McIntosh, and there are no words to explain how big that is. He played 40 minutes in the game against Wisconsin.
There's no doubt about it, and he's the main guy in terms of offensive scorer now because Lindsey's out. It's a pretty easy call right there for Gene Steratore.
Well, that is just huge to have McIntosh on the bench. I mean, and Mark Turgeon told us today he is their biggest concern by far. And he's not going to be a factor in this game for a while. Here's DeMonte Dodd backing in on Pardon. Dodd goes up, no good. And battle for the board. A hell ball will go to Northwestern. All right, so how does this change the dynamic, Steve, with McIntosh out of there and Isaiah Brown running the point?
Well, Isaiah Brown is like a lot of freshmen that when things break down, he tries to score. And so a lot of times he puts himself in bad position offensively. Hopefully he can trust the offense, just initiate and find himself within the offensive flow.
Good turnover there. Brown, that's a long 2, and that is short. Trimble the rebound for Maryland. Here's Jackson. Jackson straight to the hoop, lays it up, no good. Jackson gets it back up on Pardon, no. Brown has it for Northwestern. Here's Brown to Taphorn, and now Lumpkin.
Northwestern has an extensive playbook, one of the biggest in the Big Ten, so expect them to go at it early.
Brown cannot get the roll, but he will go to the free throw line. Fouls on Melo Trimble, that'll be his first.
McIntosh, he kind of presents a lot of different situations when he's on the floor, but Brown can actually put pressure on the backcourt of Maryland. They have to constantly defend him because he's constantly looking to score.
Brown, normally a dependable free throw shooter, misses that one as we take a look at our Motel 6 sixth man, Jalen Brantley, who had a great game against Ohio State. 11 points at 3 of 4 from behind the arc.
Brantley's a guy that could possibly start for other teams and comes in, and Coach Turgeon tells me he doesn't like coming out of the game, and that's what you want. You want guys who want to be on the floor and make contributions.
So one more for Isaiah Brown, the freshman out of Seattle, and he rolls that one home. You see Brantley coming in. He was a big part of a 33-0 advantage off the bench in the win over Ohio State. They try to run a backdoor to Herder and turn it over. Law's got it for Northwestern. A 33-zip. Brown, 3-ball, got him.
See, Isaiah Brown knows he's not coming out of the game, so he's got the ultimate confidence right now.
9-6. Northwestern got the first two. Maryland answered with a 9-0 run. And then 4 straight for Brown. Cowan with 10 to shoot. Cowan. Loose ball near center court. Brantley able to track it down. Herder for 3. Not there. And Parton has the rebound. So Maryland almost came out of that smelling like a rose, but Herder unable to knock down the open 3. Here's Brown. Pull up. Doesn't go. Herder the rebound.
Brown's going too quick offensively. I know he hit that 3, but got to get some of his teammates involved on the offensive end here early.
Here's Herder, one of the 3 outstanding freshmen for Maryland. Cowan is another one. Yvonne Bender, 13. Now Cowan. Here's Brantley. Nothing coming easy on the offensive end for Maryland. 5 to shoot. Blocked by Law. Now here's Law in transition. Dumps it off for Lumpkin, who missed the layup. And the rebound is corralled by Yvonne Bender. So a wide open layup there for Lumpkin. And he just missed it.
Sometimes I wonder why he doesn't just dunk that.
Now Jackson misses. Parton the rebound. And physical inside, Steven.
Yeah, they're letting them play. We've got a veteran officiating crew here tonight. So Mike Eads, Larry Scarrato, and Gene Steratore are going to let them play.
There's Brown. Almost 6 minutes in. Get to have the first television timeout. Skelly. Gavin Skelly wheeling and dealing. The turnaround doesn't go. Herder the rebound.
They've got to get Vic Law involved offensively. He's barely touched the basketball, and he's got to be Robin to Batman of Brian McIntosh on the bench right now.
There's Herder. Trying to get it into Bender. It went off his hands, and it will be Northwestern ball. So nearly 6.5 minutes to go. Looks like Brian McIntosh will check back in for the Wildcats. They're down by 3. Welcome in the 3rd member of our crew, Lisa Byington.
Well, each and every game, I know I can affect it defensively. That's what Anthony Cowan told me at shoot-around today, and he has done exactly that against Northwestern's Bryant McIntosh, taking him out early in the game with a couple of fouls. Now, Maryland's coaching staff was excited to see what Cowan could do. They knew that he was their best chance to disrupt McIntosh's rhythm defensively. Now, the paint has been established as the danger zone for Maryland tonight when Bryant McIntosh has the ball. The Terps feel like he is the most dangerous in that way, especially off the dribble. He's taken 2 shots here so far. One of the 2 has been in the paint.
All right, Lisa, thanks a lot. McIntosh back in there playing with the 2 fouls. And their goal was to wear McIntosh down. In fact, Mark Turgeon saying we want him grabbing his shorts in this game. We want to exhaust him, throwing all kinds of different defenders at him. McIntosh, that 3 doesn't go, and the rebound controlled by Trimble.
Ron Bender did a great job boxing out Benson off of the offensive glass. Those small things that Maryland has found a way to get done here this season while they're having a special run right now.
Neither team shooting very well. Maryland has missed its last 6. Northwestern won for its last 9. Here's Trimble again. Late shot clock. Trimble trying to create. LG Gill has just checked in, and the Duquesne transfer knocks down a long 2.
That is really big for Maryland. LG Gill has struggled offensively. Knew he would be a piece that would be counted on. And Turgeon's still waiting on him, and looks like he's starting to come out of that slump.
There's Vic Law. Eric Benson in there for Northwestern. Law can't get it to go for 3, and Gill the rebound, and here comes Trimble.
You know, Dave, I know Law's a really good 3-point shooter, but with that size and length, I'd like to see him get in the paint, put some pressure on the defense.
There's Gill. This is Jared Nickens, outstanding perimeter shooter as well. Trimble inside, good feed, and it's swatted away by Law as Bender had it sent back.
The long arm of the Law has
quite literally, yes.
Yeah, it's happened twice already.
Gavin Skelly thought about the 3. Now Skelly dumps it off. Barrett Benson will go to the free throw line.
Well, you know he's a great defender, and Bender is now finding out that as well.
All on BTN is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. And brought to you in part by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. Welsh Ryan Arena in Evanston, an 11-6 lead for Maryland over Bryant McIntosh and the Wildcats. And I'll tell you, McIntosh has just been phenomenal of late. Stephen, you look at the last 7 games. Remember, he had a bit of a slow start, to say the least. Not just in those first 5 Big Ten games, but really the entire year. Wasn't shooting the ball well, and that has not been the case of late.
You know what? I think he was a little nicked up right at the beginning of the Big Ten slate, and it looks like he's gotten a little bit more healthy. Chris Collins, along with all the other coaches in the Big Ten, have to do a really good job of keeping guys prepared but giving them adequate rest. And I think they did a really good job with McIntosh because he looks healthy now.
Barrett Benson, the big freshman from suburban Chicago, hits 1 of 2 free throws, and Brantley is the rebound for the Terps.
Northwestern fortunate to be down only 4 points. 0 of 5 combined with McIntosh and Law right now.
That's 18% from the field for Northwestern. They win many games that way. Nice move by Michael Tchaikovsky, and Tchaikovsky's been battling injuries all year, but had a really nice game in the loss to Purdue, and better than 7 points per game over the last 3. Showing off the hook shot there.
And Turge calls it Checo, and Checo checked Benson right there with that beautiful pass fake that froze the defender. He's able to go into his move.
McIntosh into the lane, Law for 3. Back heel it out. Taphorn's got the board. Northwestern shooting woes continue. McIntosh. Evan Skelly. And whistle inside. And we're going to have a foul on Maryland. It's on Tchaikovsky. That is his first.
You remember that play that Northwestern ran at the beginning of the game that got Derek Carr in a wide open dunk?
I do. I think seems like ages ago.
Yeah, I think they could go back to that just to get something easy at the rim.
There's Law for 3 off the inbound. That doesn't go. Hard the offensive board. McIntosh, 3 ball. Not there. And another offensive rebound from Law. Now Brown for 3. That doesn't go. Pardon the rebound. And a foul on Northwestern.
That was the right call, too.
It's on Pardon.
Yep. Mike Eads was in great position to catch this right there on Bender. Been an easy deuce for Northwestern, but that was the right call.
So Northwestern, I mean, they cannot buy a basket. 2 out of 15, 1 of 8 from 3. They are not a very good shooting team, but they're not this bad.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, the pressure, Dave, I mean, they know what this game means, and they know how good Maryland is. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time just to settle down and get to where you want to be.
Tchaikovsky working on Pardon. Crowd thought he walked, and he did. No, actually, a foul, offensive foul instead called on Tchaikovsky. That is his second.
Well, you see, Tchaikovsky's one-on-one. Northwestern's not going to double. Up fake, Pardon, really good position defensively. I think that's a good call by Gene's territory.
So the second foul on Tchaikovsky. He sits down. McIntosh being hounded by Cowan. Here's Brown. Northwestern coming off a huge win in Madison over Wisconsin. Here's Pardon, his second dunk of the game.
See, now, in that Horns set, when Brown comes off the screen and roll, especially on Pardon's side, Maryland's got to make a decision. That time they stayed with Brown knowing that he wants to score, and Pardon was wide open.
Now Trimble, Law on him. Trimble goes up, had it blocked away. The length of Law has really made a difference in this game.
It really has, and he can't, Melo Trimble can't buffalo Law because he's a lot stronger than he looks.
Now he gets a screen, Trimble does. 3 ball, and he drained it. How about that response from Melo Trimble?
I love watching him play. He just cool, calm, and collected. No matter what happened, he's going to come right back. He loves the big stage.
There's Brown around the screen from Harden. 10 to shoot for the Wildcats. Law, that's just a tough shot. They really can't get anything going offensively here, Steve.
Yeah, but they're not putting it on the deck and forcing Maryland to do anything defensively. Whereas on the other hand, Maryland's taking their time, probing the defense, getting a foot in the paint almost every possession.
Maryland shooting 40%, Northwestern 18%. If you round up. Dodd, good feed to Trimble, and he gets the roll. 8 points for Melo Trimble.
Vic Law's sucking wind. And Melo Trimble knew it and took advantage of it.
And Northwestern going to take a timeout.
Northwestern takes a timeout.
A double score here in Evanston, Steve.
Yeah, I can't say enough about this Maryland Terrapins squad, but in particular, Melo Trimble, the nice cutaway, beats Law to the rim, and Maryland's doubled up Northwestern.
Leading Northwestern 18-9. Melo Trimble's been the best player on the floor, 8 points. Let's check in with Lisa for more on the Terrapin Star.
Yeah, Dave, I just have to be myself is the advice that Mark Turgeon gave Melo Trimble about his latest shooting slump. I mean, the two, as we know, have a great relationship. Trimble said Turgeon has continued to text him more in the last few days about it. You see the difference in his numbers. Trimble has done all the right things to get out of the shooting slump. He's put in extra reps at practice, watched more film. He told me the biggest thing, though, I have to do going into tonight is just get out of my own head. I'm thinking way too much about my shooting slump.
Well, he has stopped thinking and he has started making. You see the 2 of 2 from 3. And Mark Turgeon saying today, hey, he can go 0 for 6 and we can still win.
Yep.
We've got a lot of weapons and he doesn't need to feel like it's all on him. McIntosh hanging and hitting.
That's a heads-up play by McIntosh. Getting inside the defense, wasn't going full speed, just kind of took his time. He knew he had Cowan on his back. The post defender couldn't bother his shot. He got the floater to go.
And the Wildcats have been just one of their last 11 before McIntosh hit that one. You see, Herder has some blood on him, so he's being tended to by the Maryland training staff. He's going to get back in the game. It's the once-over for Mike Eads, who gives him the thumbs up.
So we're ready to go. I like when there's stoppages of play that take seconds as opposed to minutes.
There's Herder. McIntosh on him. Justin Jackson banking that 3 earlier. Trimble through the lane, scooping and hitting. Melo Trimble has been fantastic. Now with 10 points, 15th straight double-figure game.
You know what? And Melo Trimble usually waits to the second half to really get aggressive offensively, but he sensed something here tonight, and he's taking advantage.
Isaiah Brown loses it out of bounds. Not the greatest idea there for Brown.
Again, he's his high school's all-time leading scorer, so his default mode is to make something happen offensively.
There's Trimble. Sanjay Lumpkin on him. He and Law had been on him earlier. Dodd trying to back in on Derek Harden, and DeMonte Dodd. The hook shot gets his first 2.
Well, DeMonte Dodd, a senior, and a solid 250. Understands how to utilize his body right there. Northwestern not double teaming on the post, so the bigs know they can take their time.
Free ball by Taphorn that goes. That's what Nathan Taphorn does. 4th in the Big Ten in three-point percentage. He gets Northwestern back within 8.
Well, Taphorn hit a couple big shots in their win at Wisconsin. This game is a lot about confidence, and Taphorn's confidence seems to be as high as it's ever been in his tenure here at Northwestern.
There's Herder. Tries to lob it inside to Dodd, and he turned it over.
Nathan Taphorn had sprained his ankle earlier this year. Oh, look at the elevation. Even after the pump fake, he gets some air under that shot. He's yelling at Sanjay like, hey, let's corral Melo Trimble a little bit.
Nathan Taphorn has been such a good program guy here for Northwestern. This was just his 3rd career start. He is a senior, again, starting in place of Scotty Lindsey. Now Parton to Law. Big Law strong to the hoop, didn't get the call. It's tipped up and in, I believe, by Herder, but Law will get credit for it.
Well, that was a strong move to the hole. I thought Law might have gotten the call, but he stuck with it.
I think Law thought he might have gotten a call, too. Here's Trimble. That one doesn't go. Offensive rebound dive. Kicks it back out, Jackson. Now Cowan for three. Book it.
Well, these guys are so good. You notice that when Dodd got the offensive rebound, he didn't even hesitate. He looked to the perimeter, knowing that the defense was going to be scrambling.
Winding down toward the 5-minute mark here in the first half. And the Wildcats turn it over. It's the second turnover for Northwestern.
Great job, offensive rebound. You see the kick out. The defense is scrambling. Unselfish basketball by Maryland.
See the numbers for Cowan. Nickens back in there as well for Maryland. Trimble has been the story, though, so far. And Trimble tried to get it inside the Bender, but he threw it over his head.
It's 2 times now where they're trying to hit the big, roll into the hole. I think they felt like they had Olajuwon as opposed to the post players that are on Maryland's team right now.
We thought about the three back out to McIntyre. McIntyre, three ball on the way, off the mark. And the rebound goes to Maryland. Here's Nickens for three. Tapper might have gotten a piece of that one.
Good job of flying at Nickens, who is primarily a spot-up three-point shooter.
McIntyre creating some space. I think they got him for an offensive foul. They did. That is number 3 on Brian McIntyre. And Chris Collins begs to differ.
Let's see, right there, Brantley is in pretty good position defensively. Tough break for Northwestern, but I mean, you put McIntyre back in the game with 2 fouls, and he's going to be aggressive looking to score. Roll the dice.
And a guy who usually struggles with fouls, so I guess the calculation for Chris Collins is he'd be able to prevent himself from getting another one. There's Justin Jackson. That is well long. And the ball is saved to Northwestern. Comes Tapper.
They hurry, they got numbers.
Lead for Maryland. They've led most of the way. Northwestern had one very brief lead. Terrible pass there from Brown. Stolen away. And Cowan blocked by Skelly. And it'll be Maryland ball. Northwestern, one of the better shot blocking teams in the Big Ten. They are second in the league in blocks. And got a big one there from Skelly, but in a 9-point hole. Back at Evanston, Maryland and Northwestern, you see coming in 3rd and 4th in the Big Ten, although the Terps could move into a tie for 2nd with Purdue with a win. And again, they play Wisconsin on the road on Sunday. So a big week for Maryland. It is off to a very good start here, Steve.
Yeah, they're doing like they've done for most of the Big Ten slate on the road. Get out quickly, establish some offensive flow. And usually Melo Trimble kind of steps up in the second half. Well, Melo Trimble didn't wait this game. He has been outstanding here in the first half.
State Farm halftime report coming up. Rick Pizzo just settled, standing by just up the road a piece in Chicago. I suppose technically down the road. So 25-16 Terps. LG Gill now working on Skelly. Offensive foul there on Bender. That's number 2 on Bender. So a little bit of foul trouble for the big guys for Maryland. Bender and Tchaikovsky both with a pair.
And Maryland has a plethora of bigs, though, so it doesn't hurt them as much.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a lot different than McIntosh going down with 3 for Northwestern.
That's right. And what happens, though, those cumulative effects of those screens, Law seemed to be a little shaken when he connected with Bender. Pay attention to that.
Well, Big Law's got to get going offensively here. He's had a tough first half. Wilson really needs him to score. Skelly needs to get rid of it. Knocked away there. Law able to come up with the loose ball. 9 to shoot. Taphorn creates some space. Can't get it to go, and the rebound to Herder. Here's Cowan. Gets it up off the glass. No dot. Back up and in.
Anthony Cowan is quick on quick. He got to the hole so quickly. There were 3 defenders from Northwestern who tried to block the shot, leaving that offensive rebound wide open.
Big stretch here, an 11-point lead. Northwestern can't let Maryland get too much distance in this one. Final 2.5 minutes of the first half. Taphorn inside Parton. Parton working on Dodd. Parton goes to the left hand and hits it.
So that's why I'm not understanding why Northwestern can't do more of that. Either off the bounce or get it to Parton, give him a taste. If your guards are struggling from the field, let the big fellas have a taste.
Derek Parton, third in the Big Ten in field goal percentage in conference games. A guy who can score when he needs to. Here's Brown off the miss by Herder. Brown in transition, cannot get it to go, and it will go to Maryland as we check in with Lisa.
Dave, Chris Collins in the last timeout pointed at Bryant McIntosh and said, hey guys, we don't have him for the final few minutes. It seemed like a sense to me that they seemed a little bit shell-shocked in that timeout. Chris Collins appealing to his team for the effort plays. Let's start to play hard, guys, on defense, and he was emphasizing rebounding. They got to adjust without their star in these final few minutes before the half.
Again, important to note, Northwestern also playing without their leading scorer, Scotty Lindsey, for the 4th straight game. So you think about probably the 2 biggest cogs in Northwestern's offense are a part of this team on the court right now. Here's Cowan. Here's Gill. Not there. Lumpkin's got the rebound, and now Brown for the Wildcats.
I will say this, Maryland's done a pretty good job, or Northwestern has, of limiting the offensive rebound by Maryland.
Maryland taking a timeout. Northwestern back within 7 after the hoop from Isaiah Brown. Back to Welsh Ryan in just a moment. Back in Evanston, 27-20 in favor of Maryland. Once again, the State Farm halftime report. Just moments away. Rick Pizzo and Jeff Settle standing by for that. Couple hoops here for Northwestern. We talk about what an important 2.5 minutes or so this was for the Wildcats, and early on they have responded as we look at Scotty Lindsey there on the bench.
Yeah, Northwestern's hung in there. I mean, they ice cold the first half. They found a way to compete and stay inside of double digits. So pretty good effort by the Wildcats in spite of going cold here.
Herder knocked away, and Brown's got it. Brown no numbers here. And he nearly throws it away, and Lumpkin lets it go out of bounds. I mean, look, Isaiah Brown is a freshman, and he's saying, hey, I know, and we don't have Bryant McIntosh in there. You know, Chris Collins has talked about this, that you just kind of have to live with it with Brown because his mentality is to score.
Yeah, and his teammates on the floor can get at him as well. I mean, they can get him to settle down and stop looking for your shot only.
Well, we turned it over there. Law comes up with it, so Northwestern's got a couple bullets here, so we're under a minute to go. And Brown now has it knocked away, so there is the turnover. Jackson the other way. Here's Trimble. Leaves it for Dodd, who throws it down.
Great job with the quick turnover and pushing, running with some intensity are the Terps. Well, these guys have long arms and quick hands through the Terps on the defensive end.
About a 12-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Brown. Probing, Brown off balance, and he hits. That's what Isaiah Brown gives you. So a 7-point game, under 10 seconds. Trimble wants the ball in his hands. Lumpkin guarding him. Trimble straight to the hoop, and the foul.
Melo Trimble gets that left arm on his defender, and if he can get his hand on your arm, you saw how he swung through and got past Sanjay Lumpkin. He does that as well as anybody in college, right there. Gets the arm, swings through, gets the advantage. great concentration at the rim.
And Trimble rolls home the free throw, so now 13 points for Trimble. And Northwestern will have about 2.5 seconds here. Try to go the length of the court. Brown throws one up. It is off the mark. And it's 32-22. Big half for Melo Trimble. 13 points, 10 of them coming in the last 9:15 as the Terps coming on the road where they have been so good this year and going into the locker room with a double-digit halftime advantage. Let's go to Lisa.
Yeah, Melo Trimble certainly has been a big story for you in the first half. What has made the difference for him in this first 20?
Well, everybody talking about how he can't make a shot. Everybody pissed him off, so he came to play tonight, and we defended. We really guarded. They missed some shots for us. We got lucky. We got McIntosh in foul trouble.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got him in foul trouble. You held Northwestern to a season-low shooting percentage. What have you liked the most about your defense?
We're just being aggressive. We're playing hard. We're playing as hard as we can possibly play. Hopefully we'll play a little bit better offensively in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Lisa, thanks a lot. So again, our halftime score in Evanston, 32-22. The Terrapins on top of the Wildcats. The State Farm halftime report coming up right after the break. Rick Pizzo and Jess Settles here on BTN. Back in Evanston, getting set for the second half. 23rd ranked Maryland looking the part, up by 10 over Northwestern at the break. As we welcome you courtside, Dave Remsen, Stephen Bardo back with you. And this is the first half for Northwestern where virtually nothing went right. Couldn't shoot the ball. Brian McIntosh out with 3 fouls, and Maryland took advantage.
They did. Maryland did a good job, especially Cowan and Dodd. They combined for 12 points in the first half. So Maryland taking advantage of some of the opportunities they've gotten in the first half.
We take a look at our auto owners game leaders. Melo Trimble has been fabulous for the Terps, 13 points. Isaiah Brown, the freshman, for all of his struggles, and there certainly have been some, he's the leading scorer for Northwestern. I mean, you look at Vic Law, 1 out of 7 shooting. We saw him being stretched out here before the second half. Looks like he may have a slight injury issue, Steven.
Maybe a lower back situation. We have to watch that because that pick that even Bender set on him to pick up his second foul kind of crunched him.
They tried to lob it back toward a Herter. They turn it over as we check in with Lisa.
Dave, I was able to speak to Chris Collins at halftime. He told Bryant McIntosh to play smart with those 3 fouls. He said, I don't regret putting him back into the game with the 2 fouls. I've never been a coach afraid to play guys in foul trouble, and especially him. And I said, what happens if he picks up his 4th early in this game? He just kind of laughed and shrugged and said, I guess we'll have to see.
Not sure he really wants to cross that bridge quite yet. Off the tap board miss, here's Trimble. Herter is fake, drops it off to Dodd, who throws it down.
Think about that play from Kevin Herter. Here's a freshman. He could have taken an open 3. He saw the defense rush out to him. He saw the play develop before it happened. Gets to the paint, draws an extra defender for an easy dunk for Dodd. That's a serious play by Kevin Herter.
Largest lead of the game for the Terps. Lumpkin lays it in. First 2 points for the 5th-year senior.
Sanjay Lumpkin has come up big on that play, and we talked about it, Dave. He shot an air ball in the second half against Wisconsin, came back and hit it big.
Trimble answers with a layup of his own, and Melo Trimble now with 15.
Melo Trimble's got a 5th gear inside the paint area where his defender's there, and he spurts and he's gone. Nothing you can really do about it.
Parton hands it off to McIntosh. Inside Parton, who throws it down.
They've had some good success as Northwestern on that dribble drive action. They do kind of a handoff like you're seeing with Maryland, and then they go into the high ball screen. Maryland's kind of struggling on the weak side with that.
Trimble trying to answer, and he does, right over Parton. Melo Trimble picking up right where he left off.
Parton's got to step up and not allow Trimble to go to his right. Easier said than done, obviously.
Now the Wildcats nearly turn it over, and they do. Great heads-up play by Jackson, who knocks it off of Lumpkin, and it will be Maryland ball.
Herter is in there as well, so Maryland understanding the first 5 minutes of the second half, the most important juncture of the game. Trying to establish this.
It's Trimble. Trimble again getting to the rim. This time Law blocks it, but he's going for the foul.
Northwestern did a good job on the first assault going right, but then Trimble's able to reset and then go hard right again. Northwestern wants to have some success containing Trimble. They've got to force him left. I mean, now he goes well left, but not as well as he does going right.
Hello, Trimble, the native of Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Grew up as a big Terps fan, rooting for Ron Dixon and Steve Blake. And for Joe Wooten, the son of the legendary Morgan Wooten. In high school, Bishop O'Connell would get up at 4:30 in the morning, drive to school, get a workout in. And what do you think of that visual?
That would be distracting.
I'm sure we got a shot of it, but maybe we will on the next free throw. Or maybe we won't. I'm not sure if it's suitable for television.
I agree.
In the student section. There's McIntosh hanging and hitting. Basket will count. We're going to have referees conferring now, so we won't speculate here. It looked like there may have been a whistle after the basket.
And so Brian McIntosh got into the paint, was able to finish.
Was a foul on Herder after the shot. So that is the first on Herder. So it'll be Northwestern ball and a chance to maybe get a 4 or 5 point trip here. Lumpkin blocked away. Blocked by Dodd. Lumpkin goes down. Here's Cowan. Now Herder. Doesn't go. McIntosh the rebound. Here's Taphorn. Inside Parton. And bad pass. Lumpkin unable to handle it. Herder the other way. Herder scoops and hits.
He's one of my favorite freshmen in this league. You just don't see him make that many mistakes. He understands he's got the long frame. He takes his time. He gets in the middle of the lane and explodes to the rim. That's a big-time play by Kevin Herder.
First two for Herder. Here's Taphorn. Got it. Northwestern taking a timeout. 10-point game here in Evanston. The Wildcats 4 out of 6 from the field early on. Evanston 41-31. Maryland on top of Northwestern. Brian McIntosh, our Duluth trading hardest working player. We told you about it. 40 minutes in the win over Wisconsin. 25.7 assists and 7 rebounds. And I think they fully expected him to go 40 minutes again or close to it tonight, but Maryland has done a good job in taking him out of the game, kind of literally and metaphorically.
They have. They put Anthony Cowan on him, a smaller, quicker guard. It seemed to have bothered McIntosh a little bit, but this one right there was his second foul. Questionable call right there, and tough break for Northwestern.
Ended up with 3 fouls in the first half and sat for a good portion of that half. Back out there playing with 3 here. First 4 minutes of the second half. Trimble has been fabulous, and he still is.
Coach Collins is trying everything he can. That time he put Sanjay Lumpkin on him. And Trimble understanding that Sanjay's going to try to stop the dribble penetration. He just settles into a 3.
He saw over 20 for the 11th time this year. Still nearly 16 minutes to go in this one. Taphorn tries to answer and rims out. Herder's got the board. As Cowan lobs it up for Dodd. Blocked by Parton, but he fouled him. With the second foul on Derek Parton, it has been all Maryland here. Terps on top by 13. For Wednesday basketball on BTN is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Brought to you in part by Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Find your agent at autoowners.com. And in partnership with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Push button, get mortgage. The incomparable Red Panda.
Yes.
Entertaining at halftime.
It never gets old.
No, it really doesn't. Demonte Dodd to the free throw line. He was fouled just before we took the break there. And Dodd hits the free throw. 9 points now for him. Native of Centerville, Maryland. Initially hated the basketball as a kid. Was really uncoordinated. He was a drummer. Didn't make the varsity until his junior year of high school. But was blossomed into a really good player here for the Terps.
Yeah, I asked him if he could sing the national anthem. He's like, no, I'm more harmonized. I don't want to be the main person. So
part of his church's gospel group. Here's Big Law. And Law's struggles continue. He is really having a rough night now. 1 of 8 from the field. That was half a point-blank range, Steve.
yeah, and I like the decision though to get inside the 3 and try to create a little bit of pressure on Maryland. Didn't get it to go, but that was a good look.
Trimble can't leave him open. Melo Trimble has just taken over this game.
You heard Coach Turgeon at halftime. He got a little mad because people doubted him being able to score the basketball or shoot in this latest slump. That's over with.
I'd say so. He's hit 4 of 4 from 3 in this game. That one will stay with Northwestern as we check in with Lisa.
Yeah, an interesting story of split loyalties. Mark Turgeon's mother-in-law, Margaret Ann Fowler, lives here in Wilmette, Illinois, just a few miles away from campus. She actually is an employee at Northwestern, works for the Kellogg School of Management. And she said, I get some friendly banter at work with the connection, including today. In fact, she's had actually a couple unique 2 weeks. She's a Penn State grad. Of course, the Nittany Lions beat Maryland just a few games ago. But she has followed Mark and watched him since his games back in Kansas, and she has seen every game in person and loves every single minute of it. Only a short drive here this afternoon to do it.
Yeah, his wife Ann grew up right here on the North Shore of Chicago. That's to be true. They met at Kansas. And Jackson hits the 3.
Maryland's starting to look like the Maryland team on the road in Williams Arena earlier this year when they caught fire from three-point land. Maryland's only missed 1 shot this half.
Here's Skelly. Now Law. And Law answers. So Big Law, maybe that'll get him going. 5 points for him, but still a big uphill climb. 15-point lead for the Terps.
Well, and you got Melo Trimble hot now, so he's going to be able to set up all his teammates here with the attention that he's going to draw.
Berger, offensive foul.
This Dick Law made this look easy, but Kevin Herter was right in his face. Great concentration, nice follow-through. Much needed 3 for him individually, but for Northwestern as well.
Yeah, the Wildcats just 4 of 16 behind the arc. 12th in the Big Ten in three-point play, and three-point shooting, I should say, in conference play. At 33%, they're 13th in field goal percentage in Big Ten play. Not a great shooting team. They make up for it in a lot of other areas. Here's Pardon, and he'll go to the line. On Justin Jackson, his first. It's now Pardon to the free throw line. And of course, Justin Jackson, that's just the name of the Maryland star freshman, also the name of the Northwestern running back. 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. They share the same number. Pardon misses the free throw. So we remind you, Super Wednesday, presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, continues next. Minnesota hosting Indiana. Coverage right after our game on BTN and streaming live on BTN to go. Gophers 3 straight wins, really starting to play well into the NCAA tournament at this point, according to Jerry Palm, who also has Northwestern and Maryland in right now. Maryland is a 6 seed, Northwestern is a 7. Gavin Skelly, some nice hustle there. And the foul is on Tchaikovsky, his 3rd. So after the 2 missed free throws, Northwestern will inbound.
Well, Northwestern's got to take advantage of this extra opportunity here. Something going to the rim.
Brown. Brown hanging in the air, and he will go to the line.
Sikorsky. Yep.
So that's 4 on Tchaikovsky.
There was nowhere for Brown to go. Just got bailed out there. Not a great decision to put it down on the deck and go right into 3 defenders.
So Brown to the free throw line. Among the many struggles for Northwestern here tonight, they've not shot free throws well. They're now just 3 of 7. This from one of the best free throw shooting teams, not just in the Big Ten, but in the country, at 77%.
There's a caution in the Big Ten. When you play a big game on the road at Wisconsin, you get a win. You come back and you know you have a big opponent against Maryland, but you come out a little bit flat. Kind of normal in college basketball, not unusual to see.
Well, the Terps have just been tremendous here in the second half. 7 of 8 from the field, 54% against the best field goal percentage defense in the league in Northwestern. Loose ball, and it'll go to Northwestern. On the turnover.
Gavin Skelly, his energy, willingness to get on the deck, force that turnover, trying to get the fans involved as well. Watch Skelly right here, goes to the deck, gets it off Jared Nickens' leg. So the effort's been here for Northwestern, but they haven't been able to convert on this end.
Well, Chris Collins said, I never worry about my team playing hard. The issue is, can he make some shots? Benson tied up there. It'll be Northwestern ball. Great defense by Cowan as Benson brought it down to his level, and Cowan alertly reached in. And this crowd wants to get into it, Steven.
They do.
Just haven't had the opportunity. Maryland's been great from the get-go. Brown, that decision there, gets bailed out. Shot clock at 10. McIntosh, too strong, Cowan the board.
McIntosh is complaining they got pushed on the release.
Crossover by Cowan, and he finishes it off with the pull-up.
DeMonte Dodd is a mountain to get around defensively. He sits at the top of the key and frees up his guards as well as any big in the Big Ten.
Now Benson. Shot clock at 10. The freshman Benson to Brown. Brown will just jack up the 3. And the rebound to Cowan. I mean, the offensive flow is non-existent right now for the Wildcats. Maryland has done a great job defensively.
Doing all this with Melo Trimble on the bench.
Cowan. It's Brantley.
That's great execution. Cowan brought 4 defenders into the paint. Had the presence of mind to kick it back out to Brantley. Brantley had a practice jumper he was so open. See, Northwestern can't get away from their individual defender. Every time they try to shake off the bounce, defense is too good.
McIntosh well off the mark. Maryland is 9 of 10 this half from the field. You see the three-point shooting, they're better than 50% on the game. They have played nearly flawlessly here, Steve.
Yeah, and this is what we've grown accustomed to seeing them do on the road. Talk about true road games, 6-1.
The rebound off of this by Cowan.
I like Law pushing a little bit.
And he hits the pull-up. 7 points for Vic Law, 5 of them here in the second half.
I think Northwestern would be good for them to secure the defensive rebound and push. Try to get something early in the shot clock, because when Maryland has their defense set, it's been very difficult for Northwestern to get a clean look.
Start of a huge week for Maryland. They head to Madison on Sunday. In first place in the Big Ten in their sights. Ball out of bounds to to Maryland.
Well, Anthony Cowan has been stellar here this evening. 8 points. Doing a great job, not only scoring, but setting his teammates up.
By 16 as we take a look at our Bass Pro Shops in the net. Miller Trimble has been putting the ball there all night, Steve.
He really has. Got going early, got his confidence up, and had something to prove on the road against the upstart Northwestern Wildcats. And he's been stellar and very consistent all evening.
And Miller Trimble, 24 points. He's 9 of 11 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3. This from a guy who'd hit 3 of his last 22 three-pointers coming into the game. Just 4 seconds to shoot here for Maryland coming out of the timeout. And they nearly turn it over, knocked away by Tapper, and now 1 second to shoot. The Wildcat players making sure that they are aware of it. Trimble, moving back. Now looks like Law stepped over the end line.
It might help Northwestern because if it's the same call, they've seen it now. Might be able to defend it a little bit better.
Gill does get it off, but it's an air ball, so a shot clock violation.
You know, you referenced the numbers of Melo Trimble before tonight from three-point land.
Yeah.
Mark Turgeon does an excellent job, one of the best in the country, at taking pressure off of his players. He did the same thing to Anthony Cowan, and Cowan responded with 19 points in his last game. So that's a great way of figuring out the personality of each player on his team. He's able to push the right buttons at the right time.
There's Lumpkin. Wins out and Trimble the rebound. Trimble. Good feed there down low, but nowhere to go for Gill. Maryland obviously in no hurry. Is their ally here, up by 16. Trimble in on Law, and the foul as Melo Trimble's destruction continues.
Well, they forced him left. And he's still as quick as anybody going left. I mean, Vic Law can't do much more than that. But Melo Trimble's that good. Just get their feet tangled up, and you see Melo Trimble's eyes never left the rim, even as he's falling down.
So Trimble now closing in on a career high is 27. His career high is 31. And the lead up to 19. Now Lumpkin gives it to Brown. Brown, no good, and the rebound to Bender. Ahead of the pack, Herder, and he'll pull it back out.
Well, you see Maryland, presence of mind to take time in every possession, let them get set up. Shot clock running down, and you get it back to Melo and get it out of the way.
That has been a wise strategy to this point tonight. Looking on the freshman Brown, he'll take the three, missed that one, lumped in the rebound. Lumpkin spinning and hitting, and will go to the line.
Well, I don't drink Melo Yellow, but I like Melo Trimble. Going left, smiling to the camera. You look good, young fella.
State basketball on BTN is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. And brought to you in part by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE FARM. Well, Maryland seems well on its way to win number 22. As you take a look at the tournament resume for the Terps, and Jerry Palm right now has them as a 6th seed. And if you go on the bracket project matrix, which compiles all of the brackets on the internet, 87 of them, that's their average seed there as well. So seems to be a consensus. That's where they are right now, Steve.
Yeah, the way they look tonight, and they have another opportunity at Wisconsin, that number could definitely change. Wise decision by Cowan. Recognizing time and score. Good job of pulling that out without forcing up a difficult attempt.
And Maryland content to run some time off the clock. Here's Trimble. And he will go to the line again. Melo Trimble with 29.
He attracts contact. Not seeks it out, he just attracts it because he's so aggressive going to the rim. And look at that, he got hit in the head, ladies and gentlemen. His eyes were off the rims for a split second. Then he goes back, puts some English on it like he's at the playground. Melo Trimble. They certainly loves it.
Again, it's important to note, I mean, Northwestern is a really good defensive team. Conference opponent shooting 40% on the year. Now, I think it is fair to mention Scotty Lindsey's a big part of that.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Really good defender.
Yeah, and he would be having the lion's share of time on Melo Trimble.
Again, Lindsey out with an illness, missing his 4th straight game. Did work out today. They are optimistic he will be back very soon. Could have really used him tonight. McIntosh. Rebound to Cowan.
And there's so much pressure on McIntosh and Law right now. They're combined 1 of 10 from three-point land, so they know they have to score because there's limited scoring on the rest of the squad. Those first couple don't go down, and as well defensively as Maryland has played, makes for a tough night for Northwestern.
Clock at 7. Cowan knocked away. Parton's got it for the Wildcats. Here comes Brown in transition. And Brown going to take it himself. And he draws the foul and gets it to go.
Well, Brown can do that. Good job of little hesitation to find the crease and then explodes through. He too draws a contact on that rim run right there. Keeps his head up on the rim. Nice finish.
So Brown to the line. I told you, native of Seattle, was actually born in Anchorage. His father Gerald played Alaska Anchorage, and Coach Trajan Langdon and Mario Chalmers, among others, before relocating the family to Seattle.
Anchorage, Alaska reminds me of the old Alaskan shootout, the great Alaskan shootout. We never went up there in my 4 years, but a lot of Big Ten teams did.
That was a big deal
this game
before there were preseason tournaments all over the globe.
That's right.
Non-conference tournaments, I guess it's part of the season. Trimble falls down. As Brantley with 6 to shoot. Over McIntosh. That doesn't go, and Law snares the rebound. Now McIntosh is fouled by Brantley as we check in with Lisa.
Dave, you were talking about Scotty Lindsey. Northwestern expects to have him back this Saturday against Rutgers. Now, last Saturday was the first time he even touched a ball. Monday was the first time he really did any sort of physical conditioning, and this is what Northwestern is missing without him. He has shot around for the first time really the last 2 days. Now, he was given a timeline by the medical staff. Ironically, tonight was the end of the timeline, so there was some debate on whether he could play tonight. The only thing was, while he was sitting out, he couldn't exercise. He didn't have any conditioning. He had to sit, wait, and watch. And as we know, basketball conditioning is way different than regular conditioning.
Well, I watched him work out today with Armand Gates, the Northwestern assistants, and certainly was shooting the ball well and good long workout. So I think they're very optimistic, as Lisa said. Maybe have a chance to get him back here for the game against Rutgers, and they certainly need him down the stretch. I mean, to get that win in Madison without Scotty Lindsey is just monumental.
I agree. And it gives this team a lot more confidence moving forward.
Trimble now has his career high of 32 points.
He runs so hard when he's off the ball. He comes around the screen hard where the defense can't respond.
They're Carton with the jam, so he is into double figures with 10.
So Northwestern could psychologically get under double digits. This could get interesting. Need a couple back-to-back stops here.
It's a near steal by Lumpkin, but Jackson has it. Jackson, turnaround. Doesn't go. Brown's got it for the Wildcats.
So even though that was a miss, that was putting pressure on the defense.
And Brown hits the three. Career high 16 now for Isaiah Brown. And we got a whistle on the floor, a timeout. So Northwestern, a small hints of life here, Stephen, as they cut this one to 12.
Yep, Isaiah Brown doing what he does best. What can Brown do for you? Well, he can score the rock. No passes, comes right into his shot. Big time three, and it looks like the crowd was waiting for that to get into this game.
Again, a huge crowd here in Evanston. The rest of the season is sold out. There are a few hundred under capacity tonight. But a lot of excitement around this team as they try to get into the NCAA tournament for the first time ever. We take a look at the Wildcats' resume right now, and there you see it. Is the RPI very solid? Jerry Palm has them as a 7 seed. Obviously, the win at Wisconsin was enormous, Stephen.
Oh, man. And, gives them another quality win, big-time quality win. It raises all their strength of schedule and RPI numbers. And so now they have 3 over the top 50 RPI wins. And if they could somehow close this out and get this one to come from behind, be yet 4 top 50 RPI wins. And you talk about momentum. Northwestern, I mean, you get injuries like or illnesses like Scotty Lindsey, and you have to kind of find a way. Other guys have to step up. Isaiah Brown is doing that here tonight.
Injuries have been an issue for this team as well. They're without Aaron Falzone, out for the season with a knee injury. He started 29 games last year as a freshman. Rapolis Avanauskas, one of their most highly touted recruits, sitting out as well. They like the group they've got, though, trying to scale that mountain. There's Jackson, creating some space, and Jackson hits.
Jackson really hasn't been hot tonight, but I'll tell you what, that pullback dribble, man, Sanjay was in the first row and Jackson was shooting the J.
Turk shooting 53%. McIntosh can't get it to go, and Parton will go to the free throw line.
You see Brian McIntosh just smiling because it's one of those nights, man. Get a layup opportunity, it just doesn't fall.
Foul on Jackson, his second. Parton to the free throw line where he is 0 of 2. Free throw shooting been a bit of an adventure for Derek Parton this year. Misses that one. Still a 14-point game. Don't forget, when the action ends tonight, the Big Show takes over. In-depth highlights from around the conference, post-game reaction from this one, as well as the game between Indiana and Minnesota. It's the Big Show tonight, 11 Eastern on BTN and streaming live on BTN to go. And we're talking about the adventures for Derek Parton. They continue there at the free throw line.
Yeah,
It's mental after a while. We've seen that with Ethan Happ as well.
That's true. And, to be at this level and shoot air ball from the free throw line, you're supposed to hear about that from the teammates.
Here's Brown, has McIntosh with him. Brown, counted and the foul.
Well, Brown may not have the demeanor of a lead guard, a true point guard. I tell you what, he knows how to score. I mean, he's done that consistently here this evening. And understanding that he had to jump to the side of Cowan to avoid the charge. Good job by Brown.
Brown adding to his career high, now 19 points. And the lead down to 11.
Here's the critical juncture. You got 3 freshmen on the floor in Maryland. They have come up big before. Let's see what happens in this situation.
Trimble able to work the shot clock now down under 10. Trimble's been great tonight. Guarded by Law. Trimble into the lane, hanging, can't get it to go. And the rebound to Law. And now Northwestern could cut it to single digits. McIntosh to Law. And nearly lost it. Law through the lane, needs some help. Scoops it to Lumpkin, who lays it in. This is the closest the Wildcats have been in the second half. And this crowd is on its feet. Here's Herder. Shot clock at 10. Game clock under 3 minutes. Herder for three. Not there. Pardon the rebound.
I like McIntosh pushing it. Try to get some before the defense gets set.
Here's Pardon. Now Brown. Brown for three. Back heel and out. And a rebound to Herder.
You just can't take that shot in that situation. I don't care if you've got a career high. That just kills your teammates when you shoot a shot like that.
Winding toward 2 minutes. Herder in on McIntosh. Not there. Dodd the rebound, and he got it.
This Terrapin Ball Club doesn't get called tough enough. This is a tough team. Every time Northwestern made a run, they've had an answer.
Well, there's a reason they are 12-3 in games decided by 8 or fewer points this year. They love the close game situations. This one was getting close for a while, but they're up 11. All right, Rick, thanks a lot. So looking forward to that one. Clearly a big game for both of those teams, as this one was for both of these teams, and Maryland has had the better of it. As we look at our game summary, the Terps have shot it well, better than 50% from the field, and the three-point shooting's been tremendous, but it's been the individual performance of Melo Trimble, which has been the most memorable component of this game, Steve.
No question, man. Maryland knowing that this was an important week for them. Going to Northwestern, going to Wisconsin. And in the first half, Melo Trimble put his stamp on this week for Maryland and said, ladies and gentlemen, you have to pay attention to me. I know I've been slumping. Not anymore.
Brian McIntosh shooting a pair for that kind of night for the Wildcats. I mean, McIntosh 89% from the free throw line. About as dependable a free throw shooter as there is in the league. We'll have one more. It's that one. So 9 points for McIntosh. Jordan Ash, who's a defensive specialist, checking in for the first time. As Northwestern bringing some pressure. Trimble. Now Herder. Terps handle it well, and now Lumpkin fouls. And Maryland more than happy to have Trimble at the free throw line. Third foul on Sanjay Lumpkin. Northwestern going to try to extend the game. Actually not at the free throw line. I should correct myself. Just 5 fouls now for Northwestern. And so they're going to give some fouls here.
If you're Chris Collins, give your guys 5 seconds to come up with a steal. If they can't come up with a steal, then you foul.
Isaiah Brown committing the foul there, his first. Now McIntosh and Law going to come in, so they literally brought Ash in to perhaps give a foul. Remember, McIntosh is playing with 3. He's had 3 the entire second half. And now Northwestern gives another one. Brown, who didn't think it was a foul, but I don't think the Terps on the free throw line.
Wow, Gene Steratore didn't hesitate in calling that. And I was looking in that direction. Brown saying that Cowan hooked him. But tough heads-up play by Cowan to draw that foul.
Cowan hitting the free throw. 75% on the year. 9 points here for the freshman, coming off a 19-point outing against Ohio State, tied his career high. And he hits them both. His freshmen continue to impress as Mark Toshin's family looks on. Lead back up to 12. Brown off the mark. Rebound tipped around. The Wildcats keep it alive. McIntosh to Law. Had it blocked by Herder. And they call a foul. I thought that was a clean block for Herder.
Yeah, Herder did as well. Closed out pretty quickly on Law. And you don't see this too often where Law gets it.
He did get him on the hand.
That's a pretty good effort by the freshman.
No doubt. Yes. Law to the free throw line. Been a struggle for him tonight. Just 7 points. Does hit the first of 3 free throws.
Hello, Trimble and Vic Law having a nice little conversation at the line.
I'm sure words of encouragement from Melo.
Yeah, and he's smiling. They just slapped hands with each other. So a little gamesmanship between the redshirt sophomore Law and the junior Trimble. Definitely seen each other in past contests. So brotherhood example coming out here at the free throw line.
Law hits all 3 free throws, so 10 points for Vic Law. And now Maryland. To break the pressure, and then Cowan is fouled by McIntosh, so that's 4 on Brian McIntosh.
Ash has got to get that foul. You want to try to keep McIntosh from picking up that extra one, and that's why Ash is in the game. He went for the steal. But if you don't get the steal, you've got to come up with that foul.
And the 8th foul on the Wildcats, so 1-and-1 here for Cowan. Cowan's 3 of 3 from the free throw line here tonight. Shooting into that student section, and they do not seem to be phasing him at all.
These freshmen have ice water in their veins. They don't flinch at all. Facial expressions don't change. They don't complain. They just keep balling.
Hits them both. Back to a double-digit lead for Maryland. McIntosh, now Law. Law lost it on the way up, and he hits, and he's fouled.
Herder's beside himself. Thought maybe he got the hand. He got nothing but hand that time. What an adjustment by Law. Like his right hand came off the ball, but he caught it in his jump, regathers and able to get the shot down.
Big Law, 10 points here in the second half, 12 for the game. They needed that free throw, doesn't hit it, and then Jackson is fouled on the rebound by Lumpkin. That's 4 on Sanjay Lumpkin.
I think Vic Law is just a little worn down. Trimble has run him through the ringer. He's playing heavy minutes. He played heavy minutes against Wisconsin. We saw him trying to keep his back loosened up at halftime. I think even Bender hit him with a screen that may have sent his lower back into a little bit of discomfort.
And Jackson misses the free throw, and a foul pushing off on DeMonte Dodd on the rebound. That's the good news for Northwestern. The bad news, I think, is that Derek Martin's going to shoot the free throws.
Yeah, but, no time goes off the clock. You have the opportunity to score. Martin can step up and convert. Even if he doesn't, though, get an opportunity, maybe an offensive rebound.
Again, Martin 0 for 4 at the free throw line. Northwestern very uncharacteristically just 12 of 21 in this game. And again, way short. I mean, he has airballed 2 free throws.
Yeah, I can understand one, but when you have 2 air balls, that's time maybe to go sit on the couch and talk to somebody about that.
Well, that one rattles home, so Martin able to get 1 of 2, 8-point game, but time kind of running out here for Northwestern, and Brown gives the foul to Cowan. That's the 10th foul, so now Maryland will shoot 2 the rest of the way. Cowan's been automatic here of late, remember, going back to the last game, 15 of 15 from the free throw line. He was perfect against Ohio State. He does miss that one. McIntosh checking in for Northwestern. And Cowan hits that one.
Northwestern's done a pretty good job of extending this game.
McIntosh with the floater. Not there. Dodd the rebound. And he is fouled. It's on Derek Carton. That's his third.
McIntosh is having to carry a huge load, especially on the offensive end. And Maryland knows that. Anthony Cowan has made life uncomfortable for McIntosh most of the night.
So got Dodd. And he rolls that one home. 12 points for Dodd as Skelly checks in for Carton. Back to a 10-point lead for Maryland. Got to be impressed with this team. Coming on the road here, Stephen, they knew how important this week was. It is largely an inexperienced crew. I mean, look, they've got some elder statesmen. Obviously, Trimble's been fabulous. Dodd is a senior. But for the young guys to step up like they have in a supercharged environment, it's been a sight to see.
It really has. And it's a tough team. I said it before. When you step up and hit free throws, when you make the right play and the ball goes where it needs to go in each possession, that's a sign of toughness. And that's what you see with the Maryland Terrapins ball club. You know, you got Jared Nickens is a quality wing player, but he can barely get enough playing time because Kevin Herter, Jackson, and Cowan are so good. Especially, they keep their poise under pressure.
I think Northwestern calling off the dogs here. They are not going to foul. Yeah, it's amazing. You think about these freshmen, and Mark Turgeon telling us today, hey, I thought these guys were going to come off the bench for us, but a month into the season, it became apparent we really had something, and he has had a ton of fun coaching this team this year. Here's Trimble trying to finish it off. Misses that one. Northwestern's got it, but the Wildcats going to run out of time here. Skelly had it blocked from behind, and that should do it. So Maryland comes on the road and improves to 7-1 in road games this year, 9-1 if you include games on neutral courts. They hand Chris Collins and Northwestern a disappointing defeat. Mello Trimble was fabulous on Quicken Loan's amazing performance. 32 points for the Maryland junior.
Oh, he was outstanding from the jump. And he played with a little chip on his shoulder tonight. He'd been struggling. He'd been reading some of the clips and said, oh, okay, I got something for you. And he came up and hit that early three and gets to the rim. And repeatedly, he got to the spots on the floor where he was most effective. And a lot of that was at the rim going right with his right hand.
Trimble, 32 points. That is a career high for him. The second straight win for Maryland after a brief two-game losing streak. Northwestern, meanwhile, has lost 3 of 4. The Wildcats host Rutgers on Saturday. They go to Illinois on Tuesday. They still have Indiana, Michigan, and Purdue as well. Maryland heads to Wisconsin. Huge showdown on Sunday. Then 3 of their last 4 at home. Let's go to Lisa, who's with the victorious coach, Mark Turgeon.
Yeah, Coach, this is such an important two-game stretch. Northwestern tonight and Wisconsin on the horizon. But what impressed you so much about your team's preparation and response tonight?
Yeah, we responded. We were really prepared. Our defense was outstanding. You know, it helped McIntosh got in a little bit of foul trouble early. But our ball screen defense was terrific. We gave up a couple layups, but that's okay. We never let McIntosh get going. Our execution was great, and then, of course, Mello was Mello.
Yeah, we had a career high. So what mentality did he take going into this one?
Well, everybody's talking about they pissed him off. You know, he's a hell of a player. We got great spacing. We added a couple things this week to open up the floor a little bit more for him. And he just played with great confidence.
You have such a young team, but so much success here on the road, now improving to 7-1 away from home. How do you get it done in that way?
I don't know. I don't know how we do it. We just play hard. And tonight we were dialed in, and they were making a little bit of run. I ran a play for Justin Jackson. He hits a step back. It's just like these guys are unbelievable. Anthony was terrific. Kevin Herter was terrific defensively. I thought our big guys played well. It was just a great team win.
Thank you for the time.
7-1 on the road, 9-1 in road and neutral games, and now Maryland poised here with 10 wins, even with Purdue and Wisconsin in that win column, but one game back of Wisconsin in the loss column. Again, they get their shot at the Badgers on Sunday at the Kohl Center. Northwestern has fallen below that all-important line there. The Wildcats now in 5th place because, remember, they lost the head-to-head battle earlier this year with Michigan State, so they would lose the tiebreaker to the Spartans, and of course that is the double bye in the Big Ten tournament. Here's what's still to come for the Terps. I was mentioning that game at Wisconsin on Sunday. Then 3 of their last 4 at home. Minnesota, a game you can see here on BTN. Iowa as well. They had 2 Rutgers, and they finish off with Michigan State. So some home cooking in store for the Terrapins. That's going to do it from Evanston. Our final score, 74-64 in favor of Maryland. So for Stephen Bardo and our entire crew, I'm Dave Revson. This has been an exclusive presentation of the Big Ten Network. Coming up next on BTN, Super Wednesday continues, Indiana and Minnesota.